Live from the 2019 World Scout Jamboree, this is New World Live Morning Edition. This is a live look at Base Camp C, where the Cultural Celebration Day festivities are already in full force.
Good morning, I'm Senja Bille and I'm from Denmark.
And I'm Michelle Merritt from the United States. It's Friday, July 26th. Welcome to New World Live Morning Edition.
On today's show, we will get to show you the latest forecasts from around the summit. We will take you to the Cultural Celebration Day and how the Scouts around the world is participating here at the summit.
And we'll talk to a scout from Uruguay about the Scout Law. We will climb onto Adventure and visit the rocks to see how the staff gets the equipment ready for the day.
And talking about climbing, we have a report from Luke Muller about the visit to the ropes.
It looks like it's going to be another great day here at the summit. The sun is shining and Cultural Celebration Day festivities are already underway.
Let's take a look at forecast with Jamboree meteorologist Kyle Kibbel.
Warm and comfortable temperatures are in store today across the World Scout Jamboree. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Kyle Kippel. I'm going to take a look first at infrared satellite. This will show us the clouds this morning, and most of the cloud activity here across the United States is focused near Wisconsin and the central parts of the United States, as well as lingering still across the southeastern portions of the United States. That's due to a stationary front swooping through Florida. But here in West Virginia, high pressure has been dominating our forecast, and any of the valley fog that's formed across eastern portions of West Virginia or south central portions of West Virginia will have been lifted this morning. Take a look at this picture submitted to New World Live. This was taken at Base Camp Echo. You can see some of the valley fog forming there, a stratus cloud close to the ground that will have been dissipated for the rest of the day. But warm skies and warm temperatures expected today, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. Wind out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour, 6 to 12 kilometers per hour. And only looking at a chance of rain, only 10%, but those rain chances will go up starting next week. Here's another photo submitted to New World Live. This was taken this morning at the Summit Bechtel Reserve. As the sun's coming up, you can see the colors just moving through the coming through the clouds and through the atmosphere. Another beautiful morning here at the summit. Make sure you get out there and enjoy it. And while you're doing so, keep that water bottle handy and go ahead and fill it up as you're watching New World Live this morning. Temperatures are going to be warm today and going into the weekend. Around 78 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon. That's going to be around 24, 25 degrees Celsius under a mostly sunny sky. This evening, temperatures dropping to around 58 degrees Fahrenheit, 14 degrees Celsius across the Summit Bechtel Reserve and southern portions of West Virginia. The big headline, though, comfortable weather is expected this weekend. Enjoy it while you can. Sunny conditions won't last forever as a pattern change moves into the area next week. Temperatures this weekend approaching 80 degrees, 79 degrees at the summit, 26 degrees Celsius for your high temperatures on Saturday. You can see a review of that now on the 3-day outlook. Temperatures ever so slightly warming the next couple days, as well as the overnight temperatures. Overnight 61 Fahrenheit on Saturday, 62 Fahrenheit on Sunday, and in Celsius, temperatures warming, approaching 29 degrees by this weekend under mostly sunny and warm conditions. For over the last couple of days, high pressure has been dominating our forecast, bringing with it sunny and mostly clear conditions. That's going to be sticking around over the weekend, but we still are keeping an eye on a pattern change. The change in temperature here, that's a cold front that will be marching its way into West Virginia. As we take a look at the next 7 days, you'll notice an uptick in rain chances for the beginning and middle portions of next week. But through there, temperatures warming to around the mid-80s Fahrenheit, almost 30 degrees Celsius. And then look at those icons. Not going to be pretty days with rain chances around 50% for the weekend. A recap before we go. Temperatures today, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius under a mostly sunny and warm sky. Michelle, Senja, back to you.
My next guest is no stranger to New World Live viewers. Welcome to one of our evening hosts, Willie Zhao. You were so passionate about Cultural Celebration Day yesterday on the show, and I just had to ask you to come and tell us a little bit more about it. And I mean, would you mind telling us about the Cultural Celebration Days you've been to in the past?
Yeah, I was extremely passionate about it. I think for a lot of people on this site, if you ask them, Cultural Day is oftentimes the day that they will say is their one single favorite day here. Yesterday, when I was in the logistics center, and this is a guy working in the logistics center who deploys our vehicles, etc. And we were just talking about, oh yeah, tomorrow's cultural day. And he's like, that is my favorite day. He's from the UK, and that excitement is everywhere. The reason I think people find it exciting is, so Cultural Day is a day where units prepare oftentimes foods and games and clothing from their local cultures, and they get to show it off in their base camp. So it's really about the participants getting to contribute to the cultural celebrations. As an IST, or as a unit leader, or as even participants, you get a chance to walk across all the base camps and subcamps and see all of the local cultures that kids are trying to show off. And it's amazing. Like it's so wonderful. If just walking through, you'll have people run up to you and say, "Hey, come and drink some tea from India," or "Hey, come and eat this apple pie from the U.S." And it's just an amazing excitement. It's the way that I heard it described to me is, this is the core of a World Scout Jamboree. It is pure social, pure multicultural, and I think it really captures the entire event in a single day.
Now, what was your favorite moment from the 2015 World Scout Jamboree Cultural Day?
So in 2015, that was in Japan, and I had two kind of activities that I got to participate in that were very cool. The first was a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. I walked into a shaded area. It was a very hot jamboree, like our own. And someone gave me a traditional Japanese clothing, and then I sat down and they handed me a bowl with matcha, and just told me, and this scout didn't really speak English. So he gave me the bowl and he just said, I was like, okay. And I spent about 5 to 10 minutes just stirring a matcha tea. And then at the end, I got to drink it. It was nice and cool. And it was fun, going through that entire process. Some of my friends said there was also, I didn't get to do this myself, but there was a maypole celebration from the Swedes. And so specific things like that are just amazing. I talked to our director of operations today. He said in 1999, it was the first time that he tried kimchi. And it was at his cultural celebration day that he was at in the 99 Jamboree.
So now you're from the United States. How is your contingent planning on celebrating Cultural Celebration Day?
Yeah, that's a good question. One element about Cultural Celebration Day is when you go to the food houses, you're representing your country. So as we talked about yesterday, when you go to Canada, there's pea meal bacon, there's maple iced coffee. When you go to the US, there's hamburgers, the things that you would normally associate with the countries. One element of Cultural Celebration Day is that this is driven by your unit. And specific units will have specific local cultures that are very different. So I'm no longer thinking about the UK and fish and chips. When I go to the Manchester unit, I get an Eccles pie, right? And that's the level of granularity that we're talking about. So when I think about the United States, what we see is if you go to the Texas troop, you might get barbecue. If you go to the Georgian troop, you might get peach cobbler. And if you go to a Louisiana troop, you might get some jambalaya. And so I think that's that's a really interesting part of it, is where you get to see all the local cultures and the different types of subcultures within these countries.
So now with more than 130 countries here at the Jamboree, how do you suggest navigating the summit to make sure you can get to as many celebrations as possible?
On foot. Just kidding. So I think if you're a volunteer here, you should definitely take the opportunity today to just walk around. You're not going to get to see every single culture. You're not going to get to try all the foods. But if you walk around any subcamp, any base camp where the participants are, and they've put a lot of time into planning some of these, some of the foods and some of the games and traditional wear. And so if you get to just walk around any of the base camps, I think you'll feel it immediately, and just spend 2 hours out there just walking around. I think you'll get it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Willie.
Yeah, of course.
At its core, the Scout Law is about respecting others and being a good friend and human being. It is something that we as Scouts try to live up to every day. We met Valentina Rodriguez from Uruguay, who shared her thoughts on it.
What does the Scout law mean to me? It's kind of hard to say what it actually means. I can't put it into words. It's actually like a really strong feeling about like scouting, like being a better person, like doing things better for our world and yourself and the other people. So it's not only like doing what it says, but like feeling it, like actually having in mind what you are trying to accomplish. So it really means like the way I feel like safe to do a better world. I think the connection between like the Scout Law and the Jamboree is like one of the phrases is like treating people well. It's full of people and full of friends you can make, and also the Jamboree. So like you have to treat people good and make friends with them, and like bond with the scouting. Like the Jamboree has developed a strong like environmental and sustainable things. And I think like we had to set our mind on that and actually like try to pay attention to it and do it, accomplish it.
Here at the Jamboree, there are several activities to challenge your strength. The Rocks is one of those activities.
And the Rocks rewear special equipment, and this equipment is cleaned and checked after each use.
This is just one of the jobs that volunteers from all over the world perform here to make the Jamboree such an amazing experience. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Rupsa Niyagi Kumar. I'm from Australia. It is opportunity to meet people, but at the same time is very stressful sometimes, hardworking. We enjoy it, and I think it's a big contribution to Scouts. Without us, they can't do this activity. It's a very hot summer day. They're sweating. And when they come with the gear, it's not so pleasant. It smells, it sweats everywhere. So we have this disinfectant that we use to spray the gears. If we can spray quickly and disinfectant, we can reuse straight away. So there is no big line piling up. They get stressed because they are kids and they want to finish quickly, go out to another activity. And if they are stressed, that put a lot of stress to us as well. Give this to the person to carry on and return later. So this is basically the process. Very simple, but tedious and repeating. And when you go back home, you will remember only the good stuff.
Here at the Jamboree, the ropes is an obstacle course that tests your stamina and agility.
We send our field correspondent Luke Mueller out to run a course.
Step in. All right. Easy enough, right? This is it. It's done, yeah? Swings a little bit, but steady movement. Well, seems like it worked out pretty fine. Hope you got that on camera.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
We're probably safe. You might think that. Permission to transfer the yoke?
It's not even gotten difficult yet. Come on, dude.
I'm sorry, I'm uncoordinated. Oh, doing good, Luke. There you go. You got those nice long arms, man. Yeah, man. Nice, long arms.
There you go. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, now we're on Easy Street. Oh, man. That was so close, too. And we're there.
Don't be afraid.
Hello.
Hi.
It's back on solid ground. How does it feel?
You like it?
So, sorry.
Thank you. It's alright.
Solid ground isn't as fun as the ropes.
Thanks, Luke. That looks like a lot of fun.
I can't wait to try the ropes. Let's take another look at the weather before we enjoy Cultural Celebration Day. Here's our own Jamboree meteorologist, Kyle Kipple.
A warm and comfortable Friday is in store for your World Scout Jamboree. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kipple. Temperatures approaching 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius this afternoon under mostly warm and sunny skies today. Not looking at a chance of rain, thankfully. Infrared satellite, reflects that picture as well. Only a few clouds out on the Atlantic coast of the United States, but here across the summit, Bechtel Reserve, any of the fog that's formed across eastern West Virginia into portions of the summit will have dissipated in the next hour or so. It's going to set up to be a beautiful day across the summit. Great Jamboree weather, comfortable weather through the weekend. Get out there and enjoy it while you can before the pattern change comes next week. Take a look at the next 3 days, though. You'll see those warming temperatures into the 80s in Fahrenheit this weekend, and in Celsius also approaching 28, 29 degrees for the weekend without a chance of rain and only a few clouds in the sky. Michelle, Senya, back to you.
Thanks, Kyle. That's everything we have for you this morning. Make sure to watch tonight's show at 7 p.m. at the New World Live evening show.
And a reminder that we will have live coverage before tonight's Unity show in AT&T's Summit Stadium starting at 7 p.m. You can watch that on Jamboree website 2019 WSJ.org/live. Stay safe and have a great Cultural Celebration Day. We will be back with you again tomorrow morning.
På gensyn.
Goodbye.